Warm welcome to everyone who's here. Thank you for coming. We didn't have to put up with a train strike this year, which we've done in the last 2 years, despite Monday's threatened one. So thanks for all getting here, and especially warm welcome to people here for the first time, which I know includes some of our Future 100 Club, which is a talent initiative that Steve thought up a couple of years ago, and it's gone from strength to strength. And I know it shows the breadth of talent all of you have in your businesses as well as the industry as a whole. So welcome to them, and more of that later from Steve, I believe. Put my glasses on, new glasses for New Year. Yeah. Last time I put on my 1990s media wanker outfit was about 1999. So I said I've left the 21st century outfit at home today, but I'm glad to see so many of you wearing it. Yeah. But yeah. Michael Brown in a tie. There's a couple of ties out there. So Emmanuel in tie. So yeah, the tie is due a resurgent comeback, I think. So we're due to be at full capacity today. I'm going to see some spare seats at the front. So if you are standing at the back and do want to sit down, please do. But yeah, we actually were turning people away. I think after last year when we invited people later on of the tube strike. So there was a waiting list to be in the room, but well done for all of you who've made it. If you did make it to the room today, hopefully that means that you're important to us and we're important to you, and hopefully that can be something which grows across the year. I'll say to some people outside, we've recently redone our BHAG, our Big Hairy Audacious Goal, for those that don't know that particular acronym. And across Adwanted Group, we want to be used by everyone in advertising every day. And that, I think it's, BHAGs, as those that have known them, is supposed to be a sort of 20, 30-year goal. And in the UK, in France, in the US, where we're already active, I think we're making good strides in that. And I know some of you are very much, whether it's using our tech products or delving into our data product or reading Omar's content on the Media Leader every day. Some of you are using our services and our products every day, and that's something which we want to do more of as we go forward, but also our ambitions internationally will mean that hopefully we're taking some of the products we've got here to new markets. So what to do, as I normally do here, and again, I've only got 10 minutes today. You'll be pleased to know we've had a little shake up to the format, keeping things fresh. As Lindsay Clay just said to me, if you don't move forward, you're standing still, and no one wants to stand still, Greg. And as always, Lindsay's right. More of her later. She's on our last panel. But for 2023, I think we had a great year. Adwanted UK was double-digit growth, and that was driven by some stuff I'll talk about later. But also, I think from chatting, and one of the great things about my role now is I get to chat to everyone. Anyone that I've met over the 37 years I've worked in advertising, I say, come write for us, come and speak for us, have a look at this product, how can we collaborate here? And there are some really good success stories out there. So I know it's been a tough year for some people, and not everyone is hitting revenue growth. But I think overall, my sentiment as I was on my parade of Christmas lunches, I mean, it's a tough job, but it's one of the things that I still have to do every year. And I was having conversations with people, and generally the feeling is upbeat. So despite political upheaval, despite rampant inflation, despite uncertainty and of the omni-shambles of central government, actually there are more success stories in UK advertising, in particular, than there are people having a hard time. And Stephen Woodford, who's I was talking to beforehand, who's saying actually post-pandemic the UK advertising industry is booming in terms of its export potential. And again, I think that is really exciting for everyone. Is whether you work for a British company, an American company, a European company, actually the talent in the UK is exporting to other markets, and you only have to look at the British leaders who are not in London anymore, who are having success in foreign markets, and there's hope for all of us. Just some sales pitch. We're here. Thank you everyone for paying for your ticket today. Thanks for that. That helps fund what we do. We'll come on to thank those people. But our events business, and again, a lot of you, I've seen some of Ian Dowd and I were fighting who's been here more times. And I know some of you, Bob Button, I can see in your, some people have been here every year. Some people will be here for the first time. Some other people have been attracted into our business through some of the new events that Steve and the team have been running. And I've got to say, you as an industry have supported these brilliantly. Some of the unexpected consequences of the pandemic and hybrid working was that suddenly Thursday is a disastrous day for events because that's the day that you go to the office. Friday, forget about it. No one wants to come into Central London on a Friday. So, you see everyone, again, anyone that organises their own event, where we're concertinaed into a smaller number of available dates. And again, I know some of you were looking to run from here to the IPA President's Reception. So, thanks to the team at the IPA for moving that, so we can all go there in slight less haste next year. So the events team had a record year last year. Our connected data product also had a record year. And again, a couple of thanks there. The ever innovative DCM, and under the astute leadership of Karen Stacey, we're doing some really interesting work there, creating a data hub for cinema. Again, that came out of a chat Karen and I had when I first joined what was then MediaTel 4 years ago, where box office data was the headline that people were still writing, whereas it's not something that was interesting really. But a simple Google search would give you the box office for Barbie, but it wouldn't tell you the actual media impact of Barbie. So we've done some really interesting work with DCM there, which is in our connected hub, and you'll see Karen and some of the team at some of our events later in the year. Also Stephen, who I mentioned earlier, Stephen Woodford, again, it was a sales lead out of Omar Oaks, which is one I'm very happy to take, and we'll actually have more of in 2024. But Omar was chatting to Matt Bourne at Association about one of Stephen's talent initiatives, and it's something which we're working really closely, producing some software as we do with other central pieces of the advertising industry to produce some software, and we'll hopefully be unveiling that to the industry later this year. Talked globally about Adwanted. Emmanuel, our global CEO, and a couple of our French team, Francois, who's the Omar's equivalent, editor of Media Leader in France, and Alex, who's Steve's equivalent in France, are here today. So please be nice to them and practice your French and say the right things. And what we've done is we had a business called 100% Media in France, which has rebranded the Media Leader. And again, all of you will have gone through rebrands or instructed clients with rebrands. So we've rebranded the French publication as the Media Leader, and we've done a soft launch in the US as well. And we looked again, we'll be looking to expand that or maybe franchise that in other markets as this year goes on, and indeed we go into other years. Talking of Media Leader, I mean, it has gone from strength to strength, a stellar year, and anyone that has written for us, podded, please do download the podcast. It really is very good, very easy to listen to on a dog walk or a commute. It's something which Omar, Jack, Ella particularly have put a lot of work in this year on, so it's a really good listen, and thank you for those that have joined them in our little studio in St Martin's Lane. As always, I'd like to thank our columnists. I think most of them are in the room. Certainly seen Jan Gooding, Nick Manning, Lawrence Green, Ray Snoddy, Nicola Kemp, Phil Rowley. All of them have entertained, infuriated, and hopefully educated some of you. And I love it when my inbox, in fact, Bob's column, Bob's not as regular as he used to be, but Bob's column on comparing Project Origin with HS2, I think, was one of my personal highlights of the year. So if you are someone that has a need to write something down, or as I say, if you can't write but you can speak, then get on the pod, not on the screen. But please do. Omar's always looking for new contributors. And especially if you're part of the Future 100 cohort, either past, present, or future, then do approach Omar or the team and with ideas. We're always looking for bright ideas and bright writers. I talked about it already. The goodwill generated by Steve, Omar and the events team has been immense. And what we've said, again, certainly since the three of us have been in charge of this bit of the business, is that we want to celebrate excellence in media. And that is something which is, absolutely fundamental to what we do. And that is because there is an immense amount of good work that gets done by everyone in this room, all of your organisations and all of the work we do in driving. We talk about UK exports, but also UK businesses, and the creative sector generally, is driven by people in this room, and that is something that we want to celebrate. It doesn't mean that we won't call out bad practice when we see it, but it's not. My favourite analogy, which apologies if you've heard it before, Omar said, in a previous life he felt like he was a sports journalist. It was who's won, who's lost, who's in, who's out, what's the transfer market there, whereas now he feels like a business journalist. And I think all, as grown-up business people as we are, that is what we should be talking about, is talking about the why something happening, not just that it's happened. Those of us, and indeed you, that remember us from Media Tell days will have noted that we are now fully branded as Adwanted. And I'd like to thank the anonymous correspondent who wrote in our recent customer satisfaction survey. They described it as a textbook rebranding, which I'd like to thank you for that. And I have passed on that comment to my global team. So we're still finding the odd rogue MediaTel logo here and there, so if you spot them again, there's a prize for that. What you should do is also brace yourself for more innovation from us as Adwanted UK and Adwanted Group as we transition ourselves into a truly international tech and information business. We'll be unveiling new products, expanding our event brand to new markets, and bringing, hopefully, our French AI tech to this market. So the French team have been working with some of the big French broadcasters, Canal Plus and TF1 and others, using AI tech over the last 5 years rather than over the last 5 minutes, as some people seem to be using AI. But that is something which, if you work in the broadcast sector, you should be talking to your friendly Adwanted contact about how we can help there. Elsewhere in audio tech, I think the team have continued to shine and continue to innovate, and I'd like to thank Bauer, Octave, Global, DAX for the work that we're doing, and actually bringing innovation to what was the radio market, and now as we call it, it's the audio sector. And we're working closely with Lucy and Ian and the team at Radio Centre to actually make that happen. What we launched last year was a product called Audio Lab, which is very much focused on digital audio, and it's a product which we beta tested with the partners I mentioned, plus a number of media agencies. And if I did a piece at the IPA Media Futures Group saying to the CEOs again, call your head of radio, head of audio, and come and see us about what we're doing, because then they'll get invited to meetings for the first time in a while. So that's something we really, really want to push this year. And again, a special thank for our old friend Robin Angel, who I don't believe is in the room today, but Robin has been a fantastic supporter for our team, Belinda at the IPA likewise, and the whole JIT Group board, making sure that audio continues to be a really important part of the UK scene, and also JET is still a global leader in audio trading. Another sector where we are absolutely at the centre and hopefully being used every day by everyone is out of home. And Tim Lum, the team at Outsmart, we've worked very closely with and delivered a market global leading digital verification product, which launched January the something, and I've got a metal thing in front of me, but touching wood, is working perfectly. I've heard nothing otherwise. And again, I'd like to thank all of the major contractors, I know some of them in the room, Global, Deco, Clear Channel, Ocean, have all worked very closely with us to deliver this product. And again, I've had fantastic feedback from them about working with our team and how it's a different relationship to working with other technology suppliers. And that's something which, hopefully, anyone that comes into contact with us will realise. And again, and if you don't work at this moment, talk to people other around the room. We are slightly different in the way that we work with technology. I saw Denise in the room. Where have you gone, Denise? Hello. Yeah, Denise and the team at Root. We're also working with Out of Home, and very proud of that relationship, which hopefully will continue for many years to come. She's come in to an innovative sector, but with a research methodology, which certainly was not loved by everyone, but the work that she's done to modernise that, and the work that we're doing together to make that more accessible to everyone who plans and buys Out of Home, I think is fantastic testament to how we can work together with the advertising industry. Also, Justin, where's Justin Sampson? Justin's not here. I was just about to pick. Where is he? I can't see. At the back. Standing at the back. Hello, yes, standing up. Well, you're hiding behind a light. So Justin, not only are we working together with Barb, but he's moved. He liked us so much, he's moved into our building. So pre-Christmas we had some lovely housewarming drinks with Barb, who now on the fourth floor of our expanding media hub in St Martin's Lane. So do come and visit us there. Nearly there. More thanks to those that completed our client survey. The results were heartening. Our clients trust our people, they value our products, and they respect us as a company. The perfect trifecta. We aim to deliver more of the same in the future. That trust piece, I think, is so important. That again, at a time we talked about it at the Future of Media in October. That when trust in media, trust in advertising is threatened by consumers and how we do it, I think the trust in the B2B community is vital. On to 2024. Again, outside, I was talking about how great it would be to have a normal year. I don't think we'll ever see a normal year again. It's ever elusive. There are factors beyond our control. But what we can do is influence and capitalise on momentum when we have when CMOs are calling themselves chief growth officers. Obviously, it makes absolute sense to attach ourselves to that growth. Just chatting to Gail Noah at L'Oreal. L'Oreal is a fantastic Anglo-French success story. But again, Gail, when she joined L'Oreal from an agency, had a small team. That team is now transformed itself into something that goes beyond what was traditional media. And again, that is something which all of us have the ability to do for ourselves, our businesses, or our clients. Other things to look forward to in 2024, we're going to Manchester. Steve is going to be running an event in Manchester. So if you have colleagues up there, or indeed you've travelled down to London today from that, we're looking to, it's not quite international, but we're doing a launch event in Manchester. And we also want to try and get this group together again in mid-year. It was something around a Media Leaders Summit that gets this group together more than once a year, because the feedback we get is that you enjoy this type of event and meeting people who are your contemporaries and your peers. The Adwanted Media Research Awards has again had record entries, goes from strength to strength, and Rob and Anne have done a great job there. There's tables still available, I believe, for that, so do book in. We saw Liz at Ipsos on earlier this week, and I think again that is a great event for a very specific community that we cater to very well. Back to today, I'd like to thank all our sponsors. Again, I was chatting to someone before. Without sponsors, these events don't happen. We are proudly a commercial organisation, and as I said, Steve and the sales team have done a great job, not just bringing anybody into this room, but bringing people that we actually want to partner with in this room. And I think they represent, Dom Williams earlier, again, Dom and the team we've worked not just at this event but across the year on, and some of the smartest, most respected media operators are now partners of ours, and I'd like to thank them for that. Also like to thank Uber Ads. For those who know, I've not always been the biggest fan of Uber, but today I'd like to thank them, and please do make use of your voucher. We haven't got a strike that makes it necessary, but there's thanks to Paul and the team from Uber for joining us today for the first time. In a minute, we'll do our normal economic and media forecasts, and delighted we've got Ian Whitaker, who is becoming a familiar face at our events, but it's actually his debut here. He's following some very tough acts who've stood up and done forecasts. The fact that some of them haven't come back may be because they didn't forecast accurately enough. I was joking with Ian before the start that if you're going to forecast often. He's promised to show his original 2023 forecast. Now, I'd like us to date check that it wasn't the December 2023 forecast that he's showing us, but he's brave enough to do that, so welcome him in a minute. Following that, we'll have a variety of experts from various media sectors talking about their predictions for 2024, and then we'll have our compulsory chat about AI, so that's always good to get that ticked off. I did ask ChatGPT to write this speech, but it didn't seem to understand the nuances of the media industry, so maybe if the feedback's bad from today, I'll give it another go next year, but today this is no AI, well in fact certainly no A, and probably not much I has gone into today, but we'll see. Our final panel takes on a different format. I've been led off duty or stood down, depending on which way you look at it, for the final panel, and Omar will be getting some experts. And again, I'd like to thank TikTok is a business that we know, again, and lots of you will know some very established people like Lucy Banks, who I work with at Publicis, Flinty running the sales team, Lisa Batty from OMD and IPC in place. Lots of established media people. We've got Chris, who runs their UK and indeed their global business partner team from TikTok here, and we're delighted to have probably the most talked about media brand of last year on stage and partnering with us today. So I look forward to Chris sparring with Omar and indeed everyone else later. After that, we're back into the networking room, and I know some of you on dry January, so feel free to have a glass of water, an orange juice or a Coke. And for those of us that, like me, it's my birthday on Saturday, and so I can't do dry January, and I shall be having a glass of warm white wine afterwards. So thank you again for joining us. Thank to all my team, not just for putting on today's event. I mean, the event team, it always amazes me how they remain calm when there's sort of chaos going on, but also all of the tech team, the product teams that have done a brilliant job in making 23 a great year for us, and hopefully working with you as well. And what in 2024, personally, again, I look forward to that word collaboration, to build trust. I look at what the Advertising Association tenets are, and again, I do think that building trust in advertising and celebrating our talent, and that's something I know that most of you share those with. So hopefully we'll have a great year in 2024.